One thing I do like about this bike is I can have as much as fun as my other do sport friends. At the end of the day, I can still ride home on a highway relatively comfortable. Looks easy.
This year's winter came particularly early. A cold front blew up from Antarctica, and the chill made early morning riding pretty rough. But despite the cold, I was heading out to meet a few mates for a quick Sunday adventure. We grouped up at Wiseman Ferry, a classic spot for all kinds of outdoor adventure. Our crew was a mix of do sport and enduro bikes. Honestly, the 450 MT felt a little out of place here. But we were also expecting one very heavy participant to show up later. And there it was, Clyde rolling in with his latest toy, a Ural with sidecar. How does a Ural fit this off-road adventure? Well, I was about to find out. We kicked things off with a ferry ride across the river. Westwind Ferry is the oldest operating ferry crossing in New South Wales, and if you've never taken a bike onto a ferry before, it's a unique experience. Just be cautioned though, the steel ramps can be extremely slippery. We followed the river north towards St Albans, and before long we hit dirt. This part of the road is super easy, great for warming up and getting used to the loose surface. I stayed behind Clyde most of the time, watching how the sidecar handled. To be honest, it performs better than I expected. Clyde looks pretty relaxed. He was even using the roadside ditches to help swing that big rig through the left turns. Let's just hope everyone made it out in that car. We rolled into St Albans. The tiny town was alive with people. Felt like the whole valley had turned out. After St Albans, we followed the Woombai Road and continued north. I've ridden this road a few times. The surface was great, but the dust, not so much, especially riding behind a three-wheeler. I decided to open the throttle and get some clear air. I stopped briefly to take a few shots. And as I took off again, I lost traction on the rear wheel and nearly tossed myself off the bike. This road gets busy on weekends, plenty of bikes, cars and cyclists. But overall, it's an easy, fun stretch of gravel, perfect for getting into the off-road mindset. We stopped for a quick rest, and as you expected, the Ural was the center of the conversation. There's no need to worry about dropping it, and with all that storage, it could probably carry the food and the fuel for the whole team. Next stop, Yengo Track. There were a few white patches along the way. They looked slick. Knowing my tire's limit, I took it slow and steady. Thankfully, it was just one short muddy section. The rest was dry with a bit of soft sand, nothing too tricky. However, with the 15-tooth front sprocket, at this pace, my knee dropped to the second gear. On the steeper climb, I had to use the first just to keep the rev up. The bike can do it, but I won't recommend it the Sprocket mods if you only do this type of riding. The CRF 300 in the front made it look so easy. It doesn't even need to standing up. More sand section followed. We reached Finchley Lookout. The Ural wasn't far behind, and it's definitely caught a few steers. The lookout itself, well, it's just your typical national park view, nothing too special about it. We didn't linger too long and continued the loop around the Yengo. The road going into the lookout was pretty easy. Some tricky spot, but most new adventure rider could handle it at a calm pace. Just past the campground, the track got rough. And I just realized I hadn't even turned off my ABS. Watching the Ural off-road was both impressive and hilarious. There's no suspension on the sidecar, and very limited travel on the bike itself. So I can only imagine what Clyde was thinking while picking his line. I stayed back, giving him plenty of space in case things got dramatic. But it went surprisingly well. Loose rocks, soft sand, if you pick the right line, a 450 MT handle it no problem. There was a deep sandy patch too. I chickened out and paddled my way through. Then came a steep uphill. Loose rocks and tight corners, everything in one stretch. There's no choice but going up. I dropped into first gear and powered through. And here comes the Ural. It bounced, rattled, and somehow made it too. Honestly, it was really fun to watch it. few kilometers later, we were out of Yengo Track and back on the main dirt road. We pulled over to rest.
That was exciting.
Sunlight streamed through the tree, quiet and peaceful. A perfect break spot. We had originally planned to tackle the Hoist Trail, but figured that might be pushing it for the Ural, and with the sun getting low, we decided to call it.
That's just Yengo lookout, finishing lookout. Now we're just finishing this part. We're probably taking Murray's run and finish the day.
We rolled out again, thinking the tarmac was just around the corner. Then a small surprise. A bit of water on the road to go.
Looks easy. I definitely wasn't expecting a water crossing at the end, but that was pretty fun.
Soon we turned into Murray Run Road. This one runs parallel to the Great North Road.
Oh, look at that. It's a beautiful sight. Unfortunately, it's too windy. I can't send the drone up.
A very easy dirt road through the scenic farmland. You don't even need an adventure bike to enjoy it. Just mind the potholes, they sneak up on you very fast.
Oh yeah. I'm heading home now. One thing I do like about this bike is, in a weather like this, the wind protection is awesome. I can have as much as fun as my other do sport friends, but at the end of the day, I can still ride home on a highway relatively comfortable.
Thank you for tagging along on this chilly but relaxed Sunday ride. I'll see you on the next one.